we don't really give happiness the respect it deserves. We recognize ambition and restlessness and drive and energy, which are all great things and all qualities you possess in abundance, or you wouldn't be here today. So commencement's about celebrating your achievements, encouraging your aspirations, insisting that we expect great things from you. And we do. We need your talent, your ideas, and I'm enormously grateful that you've spent the last 4 years, slightly more in some cases, thinking and reading and sharpening your ability to do good things in this world. But I also hope you've spent some time figuring out what makes you happy, because the world needs more of that too. I don't know if any of you have spent time on the internet recently or turned on a television or spoken with folks about politics lately, but there's a national happiness deficit. Our public squares filled with more outrage, sometimes real, sometimes manufactured, and our days are filled with a lot more distraction. There's a mountain of troubling data about mental health concerns among young people across the country, many expressing anxiety, hopelessness, and even despair. The older you get, according to the data, the less likely you are to feel anxious and depressed. Now, that's a far cry from the optimism and confidence that we tend to associate with youth. And as someone with a few years, and maybe decades on most of you, I want to share a few hard-won insights about building a happy life, so you don't have to wait till my age and make all the mistakes I have. Happiness is something you make happen, not something that happens to you. We think of happiness as something we can acquire, a major goal that we'll achieve by hitting the right milestones. Get that promotion, buy that big house, save up for a fancy car or extravagant vacation. Well, look, all that is great. Those things can definitely help. But material possessions don't bring lasting satisfaction. There's always more to want, more to achieve, more that's just out of reach. Experts refer to this as a treadmill that never ends. Actual happiness is built from the daily devotionals, the little habits of gratitude and joy, what the writer Arthur Brooks calls the deeply ordinary parts of life. That's something I've had to learn over and over again, something I wish I'd taken to heart much earlier. Because we all need time outside and time for deep conversations with friends, and then time alone to recharge from those conversations. We all need to walk and exercise and move and be away from desks and screens. It's too easy to spend a whole day bouncing from one little task to the next. As Annie Dillard wrote, how we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. What we do with this hour and that one is what we are doing. Now, what she means here is that you don't make one giant decision about how to spend your time on this earth. You make a whole lot of small ones. And if you don't think carefully about those small decisions, then you might end up wasting your time with weapons of mass distraction. All of you are now holding small addictive devices designed to stoke your anxiety, deliver troubling news from every corner of the world at every hour of the day. It's rewiring our brains. Some of you probably looking at those devices right now. And look, if you're using them to make party plans or watch a better commencement speech by a more famous speaker, then great. Fantastic use of technology. But if you find yourself doom scrolling Twitter, thumbing past endless photos of people who seem to be living more exciting lives, or obsessing over horrifying and outrageous events happening somewhere far away, my guess is you're not coming away any happier or better equipped to live a full and meaningful life. My guess is you could have spent that moment on something better. Don't wait for happiness. Build it yourself.